So, sit back and relax, because we're about to begin. So, our first contestant is a 7th grader at Baker Middle School. He likes to listen to the radio while he goes to bed, he plays the drums, and he says he's probably the fastest middle school athlete in all of Troy. Wow. I present to you, Nick Lazrado.
They call me Nick, I ain't that slick. I got a mean kick, please let me be your pick. Baker Middle School is what's got me. 7th grade is where I be. Soccer, drums, track, RG. It's just too cool to be me. You know him as Slim Shady, the real Shady. Shout it out if you know who I'm talking about.
Eminem!
Yes, a little bit louder.
Eminem!
Yes, it's Detroit's own, Detroit's son, Eminem, a legend in his own lifetime. Eminem was born Marshall Bruce Mathers III on October 17th, 1972, in St. Joseph, Missouri. He never knew his father, who abandoned the family as Eminem was an infant. As a result, he was raised by his mother, Deborah Mathers. But she couldn't hold down a job, so they moved frequently between Missouri and Detroit, spending large chunks of time in public housing projects. While in Detroit, they lived just south of 8 Mile Road. This nomadic lifestyle left a large impact on Eminem. He had no close friends, kept almost entirely to himself, and was treated like an outcast at each new school. He attended Lincoln High School in Warren, Michigan, where he failed the 9th grade 3 times before eventually dropping out at age 17. Despite being a poor student, he had a deep love for language, reading comic books, and even studying the dictionary. He once stated, "I found out that no matter how bad I was at school, or how low my grades might have been, I was always good at English. I just felt like I want to be able to have all these words at my disposal whenever I need to pull them out." Eminem's youth life was colored by strife, confusion, and a beginning of his musical genius. It is at this time that he was introduced to the emerging musical genre of hip-hop. It is through rap that he was able to express his passion for language as well as his anger within. At this time, rap was exclusively produced by African American people, and Eminem with his pale white skin and bright blue eyes didn't really fit in. In spite of that, he was a frequent competitor in Detroit's rap battles, and was one of the most respected figures in Detroit's rap scene. Marshall Mathers assumed the stage name M and M, which he later began writing phonetically as Eminem. This period in his life is dramatized in his film 8 Mile, incidentally which I have not seen as it's rated R. Eminem is considered a workaholic. He has released many albums in a short amount of time and collaborated with many musicians too. In 1997, he released the Slim Shady EP, which was discovered by the legendary rapper Dr. Dre. In the same year, he was runner-up in the Rap Olympics. Dre was so impressed that he signed him to his record label. In 1999, after working with Dre for 2 years, he released the Slim Shady LP, which was a huge success and sold over 3 million copies. His first single, My Name Is, was different from anything else in rap. In his next album, the Marshall Mathers LP, his songs vary from manically funny, the real Slim Shady, to explosively violent, Kim. It is at this time that he became addicted to prescription drugs. He documented this period in his life with another album called Relapse in 2009, followed very quickly by another album called Recovery. In his next album, the recent Marshall Mathers LP 2, it had hits such as Monster with Rihanna. In 1995, Eminem began dating Kim Ann Scott. The couple had a daughter and married in 1996. They subsequently divorced in 2001. Then they remarried and divorced again in 2006. And now, rumor has it that they're back together. Again. Let's face it, rappers are only in the news because of the mistakes they make. And Eminem has made quite a few. His mistakes are always led back to his poor self-control and his anger. He got into an argument with another rapper once, which almost led to him getting shot. The same day, he assaulted someone else with an unloaded gun. He was arrested, and it earned him 2 years of probation. He also publicly criticized his mom in the song Cleaning Out My Closet, which resulted in him getting sued by his own mother. He had to apologize personally and in a song called Headlights. With every new album Eminem releases, he faces a ton of criticism for its excessive profanity and glorification of drugs and violence. He answers such criticism by saying that his raps simply use the rough language that he's been surrounded by since childhood. Career-wise, Eminem's rejection can be summed up in one sentence. He has never won the coveted Album of the Year Grammy Award, losing to relatively unknown artists such as Steely Dan and Arcade Fire, thus being rejected within the larger musical community, despite the fact that he sells millions of records. In turn, he rejected Hollywood by not showing up at the Oscars. He wasn't even watching the show. He was asleep on his couch with his daughter while watching cartoons. The starting point of all achievements is Desire by Napoleon Hill. Eminem's major achievement was breaking the barrier for white rappers. He opened the doors for artists such as Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. On a more personal level, he has raised a very smart, talented young daughter, Haley Mathers, who graduated with a GPA of 3.9 and is currently interested in a psychology major at MSU. He has risen from poverty to an estimated net worth of over $200 million. He's also associated with a number of charities, like Marshall Mathers Foundation and 8 Mile Boulevard Association, which all help youth in inner cities. He is always looking to make Michigan a better state. As you can see, Eminem is a controversial personality, and I was debating my choice. His music is cool, but in the end, it was his love for Detroit, my city, and a lyrical quote from his latest song, So Far, that I heard on the radio. Maybe that's why I can't leave Detroit. It's the motivation that keeps me going. This is the inspiration I need. I can never turn my back on a city that made me. Let's take a minute to realize what Eminem has gone through. Never knowing his father, not having a stable home to live in, living in poverty, having a parent that has an addiction, and no friends. Now consider the odds that he has faced, and for that, he has earned my respect. But the main reason I chose him, he has never forgotten his roots, Detroit. He still lives in Rochester Hills, Michigan, and whenever he receives an award or goes for an interview, he always gives a shout out to Detroit. Let's take a minute to shout out to the city we call home. Say it after me. Detroit!
Detroit!
A little louder. Detroit!
Detroit!
I knew you guys could do it. Ever since the release of his first album, Eminem has earned a ton of awards and recognition for his brilliant career. He has won numerous Grammys in the rap genre ever since the release of his first album. He won the Oscar for Best Original Song for Lose Yourself from his film 8 Mile. He has 10 #1 albums and has sold over 100 million copies worldwide. Thanks to Auntie Vivi, I've learned that I am somebody that completely believes in myself and trusts my ability to do anything that comes my way. It does not matter if I know it or not. I would like to thank the judge, Miss Rubin, for spending her Saturday evening with us, listening to us and grading our speeches. I would like to thank the one and only Auntie Vivi. I would not be up on the stage if not for you. You have spent the better part of your life helping kids succeed. God bless you and your family. I would like to thank Ethan, my brother, for setting the benchmark for me and making me aspire to do better. And obviously, my parents, for making me do this course, or else. And that's to you, my rap music loving audience. This is a huge step in my life, and I thank you for being a part of it. I would like to leave you with one of these thought-provoking lyrics from Eminem. Look, if you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you've ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it?
Yes.
Or just let it slip? Yo. Probably the use of profanity in his songs, which actually I think if he didn't have it, it would be a lot more popular than what it is right now.
And then you said that his mother sued him for the song Cleaning Out My Closet. Can you tell us a little bit about what the song is about and how the song Headlights served as an apology?
Well, the song was about like how she fed him drugs as a kid and like mixed it in his food, so he didn't know. And that he kind of blamed her for getting him addicted onto that. And then the way he apologized is by saying that he knows that it was hard for her in the song Headlights and that he can accept it now.
Thank you.
The floor is now open to the audience. We'll take one from this side, one from that side. But before we have that, please keep in mind these are very young kids. Please ask them age-appropriate questions. Keeping in mind one of your child could be out there in a few months. So let's keep that in mind and ask them age-appropriate questions. I can take one from this side. Go ahead, Sai.
So, how long did you take to prepare this speech, and how did you come up with this material of like bringing out the crowd and actually memorizing it?
Well, I've been working on this speech for about 2 to 3 months now, and I guess it just came to me. I mean, it's just what I like to do.
We can take one from that side. Go ahead.
What's your favorite song by Eminem?
Probably Lose Yourself.
A huge round of applause.